They were known as one of the most beautiful couples in the world. So how did Halle Berry and Gabriel Aubry get so ugly? I'm Halle in Hollywood for the Daily Buzz on CelebBuzz.com. Halle and Gabriel met while shooting a Versace ad in 2005 and dated for about 4 years. So how did they go from being in love to brawling on Thanksgiving? Joining us to discuss their relationship evolution from the Huffington Post is associate celeb editor Lee Blickley. Lee, what's going on?
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing well. Let's first start at the beginning. How did these two catch all of our attention?
Well, let's see. They met on the Versace photo shoot. They're two beautiful people. And, they had that big 9-year age gap. So people were pretty shocked by that. And, we all knew Halle wanted a baby. And this guy seemed perfect. They had the greatest relationship. They seemed really happy. And then, I don't even know where it went wrong from there.
Let's talk about that. You said that she wanted to have a baby. She talked about that on Access Hollywood. She announced her pregnancy there. We know she wanted a baby. So is Gabriel, the right partner or maybe just the right baby maker?
At the time, I think she saw him as the right partner. I thought she was going to be with him for a long time. But then afterwards, when the baby was born and everything was great, they ended up splitting, and it was pretty shocking.
That's right. So about 3 years later, they both released statements that seemed pretty sweet and innocent, but things started to get ugly. What happened?
Well, they broke up. They gave up these statements. Halle told Vogue, "We are family. We are in this until we're not alive anymore." So everyone thought this was going to be great. It was going to work out. They just weren't in love anymore. But, what happened was the custody battle became a little too serious, and Gabriel wanted, the paternity rights he deserved. And since they were never married, it didn't work out that way. So they went to court and they were battling out for like a year, and they finally came to a joint decision, which ended up being okay until Halle met Olivier, which is another story in itself, as we now know.
Right, of course. Well, we know Gabriel, during that time, I think he was dating Kim Kardashian. And then once the trials were in effect, there were accusations of the N-word being dropped. I mean, this had to have been the low point, right?
Oh, definitely the lowest point. And no one really knows whether or not he did say those racial comments to her, but sources do say that he did. And that's when it turned ugly, because now it wasn't, a friendship, and it wasn't them raising Nala together. It was them battling it out in court and turning vicious towards one another instead of, following through with those sweet statements they said when they first broke up.
Now we have Olivier Martinez in the mix. I know Halle has been trying to move to Paris and bring Nala with her. That exactly hasn't worked out. And then the brawl that we have been seeing the pictures of late, how has he just complicated this whole situation?
Gabriel and Halle broke up, and she pretty much went straight to Olivier, and I'm sure that wasn't the best situation for Gabriel, considering he wanted to see Nala, and, this was complicating it. And then they got engaged. And then Olivier, who's a citizen of France, wanted to move to France with Halle, and Halle obviously wants to take Nala. So right there is another issue. And of course, Gabriel wants Nala to stay in Los Angeles with him. So it becomes an issue. And, after the Thanksgiving brawl, we know that it was, much more going on than we were reading about. And the two of them obviously have some bad blood.
Well, let's hope that all three can work this out for the sake of Nala, at least. We'll be tracking this story. Lee, thank you so much for your help. Let us know what you think. Use the hashtag #TheDailyBuzz. And for the latest on this story, head on over to CelebBuzz.com.
Well, thank you so